good afternoon. I hope this message finds you well. Good morning, good afternoon. I hope this message finds you well. Hey, all right. I have been good. I hope this message finds you in good spirits, guys. I'm feeling great. Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Honest Am. I am the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video. Y'all, this sweater makes me feel like a drug dealer for some reason. Like a 90s drug dealer. Anyway, so I hope that this message finds you well. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. And I'm actually going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to start this message off with some some mantra cards. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and customs in the same sentence. I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlemagne the God, it will not stop me. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Dear God, guardian angels, and ancestors, we come to you today as humbly as we know how to just say good morning. Thank you for waking us up this morning. Thank you for just allowing us to be able to connect in this way. Now, God, I ask that if there's any information that you deem worthy for us to hear, please deliver these messages to me and through me as clear as possible. In God's name I pray. All right, so we actually had a card that popped on out. I'm going to take that one. I'm also going to take this one. So the card that popped out is I am alive, angel number 138. I honor my body by letting go, dancing, singing, and feeling the fullness of my joyful energy. I am my true self when I am having fun. I am alive. I am alive. Guys, our second honest chat is going to be a night of meditation and Reiki. And I'm actually going to introduce some of these mantra cards in here because if you ever do meditation, you know, there can be moments where your mind would just wander. Having an affirmation like I am alive, I am alive, I am powerful. It'll really be able to keep you focused. So whenever your mind wanders, you can just think about that mantra to bring you back in focus. So if you're interested in using mantras and meditation, please make sure that you check out honestlysis.com and sign up for the next Honest Chats. I think I'm going to go ahead and post that. I need to put that on my list because I need to do that by next week. Life is just moving so fast, y'all. The next card that came out is I am free. I release myself from the thoughts and feelings that have held me back. Any shame, embarrassment, self-doubt, and fear that I harbor, I release. Today, I am free. Angel number 250. And with this message of I am alive and I am free, for some reason, I am just getting this energy that we are leaving behind some old mindsets and some old beliefs. And, you know, you may be feeling it. You know, emotions may be heavy. You may find yourself crying. And what God is saying is that when you find yourself in moments like that, then to honor your body by dancing, by singing, just having fun, doing something different with your energy. Really good example of this was I had like a really heavy revelation come to me this past weekend, and it really kind of like messed me up. It was hurting my heart, but I was happy at the same time because it was like I needed to, you know, face this truth. I needed to understand this. This needed to be raised to my awareness. And so I was like really in my feelings like Sunday and Monday. But then this morning, thank God I had my therapy appointment Monday night. But then this morning I just woke up like with this whole new fresh energy, and I turned on Yin Yang Whistle while you twerk. And like I just have been on this high, and like I say all that to say that you have control over your energy. You have control over where you stay. And sometimes we have to feel these heavy feelings because we need to bring it to our awareness, and our body needs to kind of purge it. That's really what these tears are all about. But then after you do all that crying and shit, just go dance, have fun, put on your favorite music track, and just dance out. Like, celebrate that you are alive, okay? Angel number 430. The last thing that God is saying is I am discerning. I love myself enough to say no to the people and situations that do not serve my highest good. I am discerning. And that's doubling down on this message of I am free, with God just saying that, you know, you are free. You are in a new era. You have cleared your karmic debt. A lot of those heavy feelings that you were feeling, all those tears, like last week we had a lot of messages about just recognizing that we were coming to this place of completion. And I feel like what God is saying is that now that you are in this new cycle, now that you have freed up your energy, and you are, you're a little bit more focused on where you want to go, now is like the time where you really need to be mindful of where you're putting your energy and discerning yourself. So again, about like when you're feeling those heavy feelings, yes, we want to feel those feelings, but we don't want to stay in those heavy feelings. We want to feel those feelings and then shake them, dance, and move it away. Okay. Let's go to the tarot and just try to understand a little bit what are our energies towards these mantras. God, what is our energy towards I am free, I am alive, and I am discerning? What do you want us to wanted us to understand about entering this new cycle of our life? How to honor our emotions by feeling our emotions, but then at the same time not staying stuck in them and allowing ourselves to move out. Another thing I want to bring to you guys' attention is on this card of I am alive. It says, I am my true self when I am having fun. I am alive. And if you be honest with yourself, I want you to really be honest with yourself. Have you been having fun? When the last time you had a good ass time? When the last time that you had a night where you was just laughing in your energy, or maybe not even a night out, maybe just in your house? When have you just laughed and had fun? I feel like for some of you, it's been a very long time. All right, guys, last shuffle. I am free, I am alive, and I am discerning. What do you want us to know? God, am I Ashe. Yeah. Okay, yes. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Oh, yay. And look at this. Oh my God, y'all. This is so beautiful. Okay. So for I am free, what came out is the Four Swords. And the Four Swords is all about, it's like after you kind of had, the swords deal with communication. And to me, I look at the Four Swords and I feel like it's like this person coming to this place where they want to start examining how they talk, how they converse with other people. Like, it's like they're in this place of like contemplation. Like, this is their sword of truth. Like, this is their foundation of their beliefs. And then these are the things that they are willing to, okay, let me calm down, because that didn't even make no sense. I hear you. Angel number 740. Yeah, I feel like for some reason with this message of Four Swords, I just really get the energy that you have been in this place where you've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of meditating about your past, a lot of going back and forth, angel number 801, about, what you used to do, who said what, who part was it to blame. And you just kind of been in this place where you're kind of like just stuck in your head and stuck thinking about the different cycles of everything that's been going on. And God gave you this card of I am free to let you know that it's time for you to get up. It's time for you to get up and leave these swords behind. It's time for you to stop allowing that stuff to just continually marinate on your mind over and over. It's time for you to get out and do something new. With this card of I am alive, we have this message of the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups upright is about like just this confusion. It's this person who wants a lot of different things. Like the cups is all about like desires and what you really, really want. And so when I look at this card, I look at this guy saying like, oh my God, I want to do this, I want to do that. It's all these different things that he want to do, but he doesn't know how to do them. But with this card coming out reversed, this lets me know that as you have been in your place of contemplation, you know exactly what you want to do. You know who you want to become. You know what type of life you want to lead. You know what type of career you want to have. You know all of that. That's why God is saying it's time for you to stop thinking about your past. Like, there's nothing else that you can get from your past. Your past is just, it is what it is at this point, okay? And it's not saying that, I feel like what God is saying is that you're going to hurt yourself more by trying to go back and forth than if you would just move forward. Like, you've done the work, you're free. You've done the work to examine and to heal yourself enough to move forward and to really start going after your dreams. You know how to get the things that you want. There is no confusion. So that's why God is reminding you, you're alive. You're not in your past anymore. You don't have to be in a slumber. Now is the time to be about that action. Moving to the I am discerning and being about that action with this message of the Eight of Pentacles coming out. This reminds me of that message that we had last week about yeah, it's this message that we had last week about committing to the path, but also committing to your path, committing to doing the work, but also not taking it so seriously, right? But so what God is saying is that he wants us as spiritual beings. Remember, our basis, who we are, our basis is we're spiritual beings. And the reason why I want you to understand this concept of we're spiritual beings, I want you to understand that you're not doing this so that you can get to some type of enlightened state where you're not on this plane, you're not in this existence. No, you need to be recognized that you're a spiritual being, which means that you're recognizing your God power, but then you're also recognizing your flesh and your blood. There's power in bringing all those things together. The reason why I'm bringing this to your attention is because Agent number 1052, I was like just listening to this thing on YouTube. Y'all, I love YouTube. Like, YouTube is my shit. Like, YouTube, give me a deal. Come on. Like, we can do so many good things together. I love YouTube. Anyways, so I was on YouTube, and it was like this episode, I think it was an A&E episode or something, and it was talking about like how they found themselves in this cult. And if you recognize, like, these cults all have like this same kind of template of where they want to isolate people from the world and be like, we're going to create our own utopia. And like, y'all, that's not what the fuck God wants. Like, God doesn't want like perfect people to be over here and all the shitty people to be over there. Yeah, in the ideal world, it would be great. But what God really wants is for us to come as full spiritual beings and to be in these places of darkness and to light it the fuck up. That's what it means to be a spiritual being. You don't need to act like you're like on some other different path or on different, like some different plane. No, be in this motherfucker. Be in earth, because that's how you change things. The problem is so many of these cults and all this spiritual stuff is talking about, let's go to the 5D, let's do here, it's always about escaping the reality. But being a spiritual being is being in reality, bringing the heaven on earth, recognizing that you are a divine being, recognize that you are a channel of God. That's being a spiritual being. And so what God is trying to get you to understand is that you've done healing. You've done the contemplation. You've done all of this meditation. Like, I was listening to the guy, I did 10,000 hours of meditation. And I think about that. I'm like, what the fuck was you doing with your life that you just had 10,000 hours to sit and meditate? Yes, meditation is great, but you don't need 10 goddamn thousand hours. Like, what the fuck you doing? How could you possibly be actually contributing to the world if all you doing is sitting into a fucking room meditating? That's not what God wants. That's not what this spiritual journey is about. I feel like somehow we have even glamorized meditation. And it's like, oh, I get up every morning and meditate. Oh, I meditate for 5 hours. Oh, I meditate for this. But what you doing? What's your actions? Like, what you contributing to the world? Agent number 1313. Bitch, it ain't impressive to me that you can meditate. Okay. Next. Okay. So I just want you guys to understand, yes, we're getting these spiritual concepts. Yes, we need these spiritual tools, but we don't need to stay stuck in them. We use them as tools to help us move in this world and be spiritual beings. And that's what God wants you to understand. He wants you to understand that you, like I said back here, you know who you want to be. You know how to get to the path of what you want. And what God is saying now, you need to just put your head down and do it. You need to be discerning. You need to say to yourself every single day, am I doing the things to bring me closer to my dreams? This guy it's repetition. And I'm realizing that I have a problem. It is not that I have a problem with repetition. It's like I want to switch shit up so much. I have to learn the beauty in repetition. But you know what? Repetition is how you, it used to, oh my God. Come to me. Come on, let it drop. That Donald Glover and Rihanna movie, Practice Make Perfect. Isn't that what they said? Practice make perfect? Make perfect? That's what repetition is. And that's the same thing about being a spiritual being. We're not trying to just become enlightened, to have this one moment of zen and then we're move on. No, we want to live in that space. We want to live, as Oprah would say, in God's dream. We want to constantly be every day focused on where we're going, focused on the foundations that we're building. If we do that, then we're going to attract every fucking thing we need. Look at this beautiful outcome. Angel number 1455. Look at this. The Four of Wands. This is a mirror. A lot of people call this a marriage card, foundation card, the beginning of ultimate fulfillment. And that's what God is saying. This is where you are. He understands you've been so hurt. Oh my God, with the Wheel of Fortune. With the Wheel of Fortune. And it's the Wheel of Fortune reverse. But actually, I think like all these cards may be kind of, I don't know. Anyways, I'm not going to take it reverse. But the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God, look at this. It's like completion. So this is what God tried to say. This was right under the Wheel of Fortune and Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is about being in this place where you're feeling confident of what you can contribute, what you bought. You know that you done filled up all of these cups. You can do it on your own. You're a bad bitch. Right under that. Oh my God, with the Ace of Swords for a brand new beginning with the world. Y'all, with the tennis. Y'all. Yeah, with the Hierophant reverse with me. We changing our mindsets. We changing our beliefs. But first, we have to know that the storm is over. Get up. Get out. Do something. And I understand we're in the middle of a panorama. I understand that life is not normal, but you can find a way to find your normal. I think sometimes we get so caught up, and it's actually a saying I have right here by Julia Gamry in the Artist Way. We get so, I'm going to read the quote. I'm going to tell y'all what I'm going to say, and I'm going to read the quote. We get so caught up in the big picture of who we want to be. I want to be a writer, actor, director. I want to be the biggest movie star in the world. I want to be the best fashion designer ever. I want to have all the clinics in the world. You know, like we think about all the big ass dream. And then it makes us feel so small. And it makes it feel so impossible. And it keeps us in this place of contemplation. And it keeps us in this place of confusion. But what God is saying is that you recognize that as a spiritual being, that whatever you need, you're going to naturally attract as long as you stay in alignment with God's source energy and in alignment with where you want to go. So every day, all you just need to do is focus on doing that one step in the next step to get yourself closer and closer to your dreams. Guys, earlier this week, I found myself in this place of just really being proud of myself because I recognize that, you know, I started Honestly Sis 4 years ago and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I just was writing and sending out articles and doing all this stuff on social media and trying to grow it. But when I was actually, you know, composing it and putting the numbers together and looking at, you know, I started at 48 people. I started with 48 people and now I have 218. And from those 218, I've been able to retain 178 people all 4 years. What does that mean? And what does that say? And I just realized that what it says is that as long as I kept moving forward, I kept looking for like, I'm going to be honest, y'all. I kept looking for like the big numbers. I want 1,000. I want 5,000. I want 50,000. You know, like these big ass numbers of people following me. And I was shitting on like the 100. And I wasn't realizing like, bitch, you got 218 people. If I had 218 people in this room, I feel like I don't even know 218 people. Age number 1840 to sign up for your newsletter. And you kept 178 of those people, like, for 4 years. And now every 2 weeks, you have at least 100 of those people reviewing your work. I have 100 people looking at my work, reading my words, reading my story. That's something to be proud of. And I didn't see it at first because I'm just like, oh, it ain't 5,000, it ain't this, I'm still in corporate. Like, not realizing that I did the work, I'm doing the work. And it's not because I'm trying to get to this big out there place, but it's because I'm putting my head down and I'm just putting one foot in front of the other. Every single month, I have a task list, I have focus, I have a place to go. Cross off where I need to go. And that's what God is trying to get you to understand. You know what to do. Now it's time for you to put this shit in action. Stop thinking about it and just do it. And then watch everything you ever want just come to you. magically. Okay. All right. I'm actually going to get us a quick tool, one tool to understand what this message is all about, to kind of just wrap it up in a bow. Oh, I am going to read that quote to you. Thank you for reminding me. This kind of look at the big picture thinking ignores the fact that a creative life is grounded. Take this in, y'all. Grounded on many, many small steps. Many, many small steps. And very, very few leaps. You're thinking about the leap of fucking faith that you need to make. You're thinking about, how am I possibly going to get from X, Y to Z? And God is saying, I don't even need you to worry about that. I just need you to take the baby steps. Just do the first thing to change your energy up. Walk around the block. Walk the stairs in your apartment. Take a yoga class. Sign up for yoga online. Whatever it is, just keep moving. All right, guys, clarify this message that I am free, I am alive, I am discerning. What do you want us to get us to understand that the cycle is done? That we don't need to contemplate, we don't need to meditate, but we need to be about the action, God. Why is this message so important? Please give us one tool to understand and wrap this beautiful message up in a bow. Allow no room for doubt or confusion in me or the viewer's mind. In God's name I pray. Ashe. All right. I'll take it. Achieving success is my natural birthright. You are meant to succeed, and failure should feel bad for you. That's why you've been in contemplation, because those failures that you had fucked you up, as it should. Life is supposed to go well for you, and when it does not, there's something wrong. But what is wrong is not something that is outside of your control, over which you have no control of, but what is wrong is within you, and you do have control. And taking control is not difficult once you understand the basis of who you are and the basics of the law of attraction and the value of your personal emotional guidance system, which means that God is asking you to marry your emotions, marry your masculine and your feminine energy. It's time to bring it together. Fuck this battle of the sexes. Don't buy into that bullshit. Don't even, when you find yourself saying niggas ain't shit or men need to, stop yourself. Because guess what? 50% of you is a nigga. 50% of you is a bitch. We have both energies into us. And as we talk down on the sexes, we talk down on ourselves. And I'm sorry, gender fluid people, same rules apply. You got masculine and feminine energy. I don't care if you identify either way. You still got both of those energies in you. So if you call yourself talking down on straight people or people, non-gender cis people, guess what? You're talking down on a part of yourself. We are in this motherfucker together. And the quicker we understand that, the better off we will all be. So what God is trying to get you to understand is that now is the time to set yourself free. You don't have to worry about your past. You don't need to meditate over this. You don't even need to worry about how to get the things that you need. You just need to put your head down and do it. When you do that, everything you need is going to attract yourself to you, and you're going to be open to a whole new world. All right. I love that message. And guess what God said? It comes not by magic. 23:33. And it comes not magic, but universal law. Listen. It's not magic. It's not fucking magic. It's not magic. God wants you to understand this. It's not magic. Nobody is chosen. Nobody has a special code. Nobody's in the secret Illuminati. Get that fucking coon ass thinking out your mind and do the fucking work. Get your ass off the internet and do the work, okay? All right. Let me stop. I'll start going off. I can feel myself going left. So I want to do something different, and I'm just going to open this up with... Let's see. I really wanted to win. This is a book. This is a book called Poet X, Angel Number 2430. When I first I heard about this book, it was like getting a lot of noise online. It won a couple awards, as you can see. But I had no idea it was a book of poems. Thank God I didn't know it was a book of poems, because I probably wouldn't have bought it if I knew it was a book of poems. But this was just such a great experience. And for some reason, this book has been calling out to me. So I am just going to open it up and read whatever the first poem I read and see what the message it has for me. Because I want you guys to know that God is always speaking through any form, any medium, everything. He's literally the shit. All right. So, all right. What I like to tell Ahmad when he sends another apology. Your hands on mine were cold. Your lips near my ear were warm. Your I'm sorry fervent, but you have no need to apologize. I know your silence well. None of this was ever about you. You were just a failed rebellion. Of course I'm lying. You were everything, but I can't have you without entering in a fight I won't win. I know none of these battles that I wanted in the first place. All right, last one, favors. The night before Thanksgiving, twins pull out my headphones. The night before Thanksgiving, twin pulls my headphones out, offers me to slice up, blah. Let me start over. 2601. The night before Thanksgiving, twin pulls my headphones out, offers me the sliced up apple and a soft smile. You haven't been eating much. I take the plate and stare at the fruit, surprised he even noticed. I'm just not hungry. I eat everything but the seeds because I know that twin is worried, and I really can't resist apples. Samira, can I ask you a favor? Will you write a poem about love? One about being thankful that a person is in your life? I look at my brother Bankley. I wonder if he knows how close he is to having his face pierced by my apple seeds. Something in my gut rebels against the apple, and I feel it wanting to come all the way back up my throat. For a second, I think of all the poems that I wrote for Anna, but I push the thought away. I shove the plate at Twin. You want me to write a love poem for your white boy? Was that what the apple was all about? Twin stares at me, baffled. Then something clears his face. He pulls up my empty plate against his chest like an armor. His name is Cody, and the poem was actually for you. I thought it would be cathartic to write something beautiful for yourself. I don't know why that got me so fucking emotional. Will you write me a poem about love? One about being thankful that a person is in your life. I think that this message is coming out with achieving success is my natural birthright. It comes not by magic. I don't need to have money to attract money. I am attraction. I am discerning. I am alive. I am free. Because I feel like with this story, that God, this message of favors. Okay, let's start with this message of what I like to tell Ahmad about when he sends another apology message. This is pretty much like this guy she liked, he kind of rejected her, and she's kind of in her feelings because, he rejected her for this moment. And I feel like this message is important because it speaks, the poem is important because it speaks to how, it says both ways of how, on one hand, you're mad. You want to tell this person you were just a failed rebellion. That it didn't matter, that you didn't mean anything. But on the other hand, this person means everything to you. And it takes me back to this message of the Four of Swords about how, we're mad that certain things happen to us and we want to be like, well, it really didn't mean anything. It really wasn't that big of a deal. I should just get over it. And that's why you stay in this place of contemplation, because you feel like on one hand, I should just get over it. It really wasn't that big deal. But then on the other hand, it hurt my feelings. It meant everything to me. This was a failed attempt. And sometimes that keep us stuck in this place of where we can't move forward. And so with this message of favors, what God is trying to get you to say, I feel like it speaks to this message of I am alive. And I am alive because what God is trying to get you to understand is that he sees you. He's kind of like her twin. She has a twin brother in this passage, and she comes to find out that he's gay. That's who the white boy is. And so I feel like God is your twin, and he's asking you to do certain things. That's why I keep saying you don't have to worry about, you're clear on what you want to do. Angel number 3003. It's not a matter of you trying to figure it out. So God is saying is that God may be telling you to do something and you feel like, well, I don't want to do this for God, or I don't want to do this, or you're questioning why you need to do it. But God is saying, I'm doing it's not because I want you to do a favor for me or to walk this path for me. Do it for yourself. I think that's really what the message is about being a spiritual being, and like really trying to understand how to bring heaven on earth. It's not about, you're doing this for the glory of God. You're not doing this to make God feel better. You're doing this so that you can fucking feel better, so that you can realize that you're not trapped, that you're not in some fucking matrix simulation. Like, you didn't choose your fucking life when you were in college, when you were a fucking kid in high school and you ain't know shit about life. Like, you're not trapped. So that's why God is saying, like, even going after these goals and these dreams, like, yeah, it sounds like a fanciful thing to say, but goals and dreams just give you a fucking focus. It just gives you a clear path on where you want to go in life. And so you may be feeling like you're doing God a favor by trying to become enlightened and trying to do all this, but no, you're really doing it for yourself. You're really doing it so that you can end these cycles, and that you can be free, and you can see your power, and you can know that you're not trapped from anything. You can end these, you can end the backstabbing. You can end all this negative stuff. But it first comes by you putting one foot in front of the other, and doing the baby steps. The little shit first. All right, y'all. That's all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message, you are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever let anyone tell you what you cannot do. Angel number 3155. I will see you soon. Take care.